Hey guys, DepthSurvivor here, and I'm gonna do my first ever movie review, and I think it'll be the only one since I don't see movies often. So then, me and my girlfriend wanted to watch The Woman in Black too, but that stopped appearing at the theater, so we couldn't decide on what movie to watch. So then we watched Project Almanac because she said she was like, give it a chance. It looks interesting, blah 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of interested into it, but I knew it was gonna be stupid and all that. But I gave it a shot. So when I was watching the movie, it was pretty awful-ish. Yeah. Okay. So the characters you have are the girl that looks like the girl from the 70s show, not Donna, the other one, and you got the dude that looks like Austin Evans. You got the dude that looks like the guy from Mythbusters, the Asian one, and you get some weird form of Jonah Hill and some random chick that nobody remembers. And so once you got those characters, go in and play, the Austin Evans over here, he's trying to get his his UTI or MI or MT, I don't fucking know, his scholarship or whatever. Then he does some stupid, well, not stupid, it looked kind of cool, that would be awesome. He was basically controlling a drone using connect finger features on a phone and shit. And yeah, then someone called him, and then and the phone was all I am broken now, and then the thing fell and kaboom, and there goes his scholarship. So then there's blah blah, I don't even know what the fuck happens after that. TikTok, let me remember. So then Austin Evans, he's trying to find up an idea and all that, since MIT or MTI or whatever the fuck college she was going to sent him a letter saying, hey, you're accepted and all that, but we'll give you a 5K scholarship. And he everyone was happy for him, but then he wasn't really happy because Austin Evans expected a 50K scholarship, and he was just basically mad and depressed. So he goes in the attic, and he's seeing all of his dad's inventions, since his dad is some inventor. It's kind of fucking Tony Stark in some weird Marvel universe shit. So then he goes through some stuff, and then he sees a camera, and he's whoa, let's go see what's inside it. Then they go look at the video, and then they see him at his younging birthday. And then he sees his dad there, oh my god, it's the first time I see dad for so long, since he basically the dad died right at I think it was during his birthday. He said, hey bud, gotta go, busy business and blah 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 blah. And then he died in a car crash while he was going there. So then they notice a strange figure, him and his sister, the chick that nobody remembers. And they watched the video over and over again, and then they saw his future self next to a mirror in the thingamabob. And then they were discovering what the hell was going on. Then he showed his friends Jonah Hill and the Asian Mythbuster dude, and then whatchamacallit. So then they predicted that future Austin Evans flipped on and off the light switch and all that. And then they go in the basement, and then it was some reverse magnet light thing, which doesn't really make sense because it doesn't really compare to the future Austin Evans. But I'll get into that later, because since it's a lot of fucking timelines in this shit, honestly I don't know how to remember all this. So then they go in the weird reverse light switch safe thing, and then they just pull it out. Then it's all schematics for a time machine and shit. And then once they find the time machine schematics, they're all hey, let's go fucking Home Depot or some building shit place, and then they just get like a bunch of stuff and they start just building and hammering away and stuff. And then, you know, they have like, you know, they fucked up like about like 3 to 5 times at least. But once they got it working, they sent a car back in time, blah blah blah, for like, you know, like an extra like 2 hours and shit. And then, you know, they recorded it too, so it was like, you know, it was alright. Then they tested on themselves, and then they went from yesterday, and then they're all like, whoa, it's yesterday. Then they were gonna cheat on the lottery, and then they cheated on the lottery, but they only got like 5 out of 6 numbers right, and then they had to go back in time and cheat on the lottery again in order to get, you know, the $1 million pot. And then, you know, they're all like spending money. Austin Evans over here is, you know, trying to increase the span where you could go back in time, because since like the maximum was like 3 weeks or 3 months, I think it was 3 weeks, then it became 3 months because he was, you know, Bob the Builder over here, you know, building his, like, fixing his shit. Oh yeah, the stupid part was the fucking when they were like building the time machine thing, like they were like, oh, this is like a bunch of code and all that. They just like strapped it on to like a fucking old computer monitor or whatever, and then they're like, oh, I need a graphics processor. So then they just fucking broke an Xbox 360, you know, pimped it out and make it look like a time machine Xbox 360. But I predict that the movie was made in 2012, since there's a lot of evidence toward that, but I'll talk about that later in the video if I don't forget. What was I saying? Something about, yeah, Austin Evans building like a bunch of stuff. So then you know, I forgot what Austin Evans did. But you know, the Jonah Hill, you know, he bought like a Ferrari. He bought, you know, some spanky fancy new clothes. He bought like food trucks he rented, and he fucking brought them all at school. And then he put it some turn up music, and it was all turn up. And then also they used it in order to go like 3 weekish back, so they can they could redo some of the things. The chick that nobody really remembers basically got payback revenge on the chick bully that was bullying her. The fucking Jonah Hill like failed on his test, like, and he wanted to redo it. And then, you know, he was like basically like memorizing what the hell he was gonna say, but then the teacher was like changing it every time, and everyone was like fucking confused, like, hey, he didn't say that. And then you know, they just kept on, you know, fucking periodic table, this, this, fucking then he just basically said like nearly the whole periodic table and fucking atomic number, blah 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 blah, and stuff and things. Other than that, so yeah, I'm gonna skip like a super chunk of the movie, because like all of it was just filler. So then I'm gonna skip to like nearly the end. I fucked everything up. So then Austin Evans wanted to fucking, you know, told everyone, hey, on break, or like, you know, go on like, you know, on break at this exact time. So then, you know, they all met up at like under the bleachers, blah 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 blah. And then they were like, okay, let's go back in time. And then they went back in time, and then they went to like some concert with like fucking Imagine Dragons and a bunch of people. And then they got VIP passes, since like he ordered it back in time or in front of time. I don't fucking remember. But since like, you know, that happened, and then Austin Evans over here, he was all like, hey girl, that looks like the 70s show chick, not Donna. And then, you know, she was like, hey Austin Evans. And then, you know, they were like, you know, getting closer and closer together. And then, you know, they were like reading like, you know, the end of the world wall thing, you know. This is why I like predicted that this movie was made in 2012, because, you know, end of the world. But yeah, so they were reading stuff out loud and stuff, and then at the bottom it said, oh, I want to fall in love. And then, you know, she was like open, she was ready for a kiss, and Austin Evans was all like, ooh, hey, look at this one, something. And then he's all like, I gotta go, I need to take a drink, I need to get a drink. And then the girl was like, "Oh no, I'll come with you." And then Austin Evans is like, "No, no, no, I could go. I'm gonna go by myself." And then she was like, "Oh, he doesn't like me." Austin Evans doesn't like me. And then Austin Evans over here, he was like, "Fuck, man, she made it so hard on me, dude. Oh my god, man, fuck, man, it was so hard, man. She can't even leave an opening for me, man. What the fuck?" And then the sister was all telling Austin Evans, "Hey, she left a spot open for you, dog. You done fucked it up. It was all on you, not her, you." And then they, after the concert, they went back to the present. And then Austin Evans was like feeling like not guilty, he was just feeling like, fuck, man, I fucked it up, man. Only if I had a second chance. Oh, I got a time machine. Ooh, let's go back in time, just me, so I could make everything right. So then he goes back in time, and fucking he tells the 70s show chick look-alike, not Donna, like, "Hey, look at this, look at this one. I want to fall in love." And then he like give her like a mean smooch and all that. And they both had liked it and enjoyed it, and they had like also had like another good time, since the concert whatever thing didn't really end. So yeah, then they had like spectacular time. Then he was like, "All right, I'm good. I'm gonna go back to the present." And then once he goes back to the present, like nearly like everything changes. Whatchamacallit. So basically, him and the chick that doesn't look like Donna in the 70s show. God, that's like a long name. I just call her Meg, since she voice acts Meg. Fucking Meg. Alright, so since Meg. Nah, I'm gonna call her the fucking 70s show chick look-alike, not Donna. She was like, "Hey babe, what's up?" And then Austin Evans over here was like, "Oh, hey, not Donna." And then fucking she was basically like all in the nudities and all that, and he's all like, "Ooh, did we have the birds and the bees, you know what I mean? Wink, wink, wink. Yeah, hint, 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 hint. As XEX, if you catch my drift. Catch my drift." She was like, "Yes, of course, dummy. We had that. You were good." And then they was like, "Oh, really? I was good. You were good too. Oh, yeah. You said that too." And then he was like, "Oh my god." Yeah. So in Austin Evans' mind, he's like, "Oh my god, I made the right decision. Oh my god, I'm like in happiness. I'm in bliss." And then fucking whatchamacallit. Then some like weird parallel universe things happen, like no, hold on, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying at this point. Okay, so like an airplane crashes and they say, "Oh, it's their fault," but no, it was Austin Evans' fault, since fucking he went out with like the chick, and then the chick it was like some part of something, and then the something led to a kid getting his like leg broken. And then when him getting his leg broken, he did win the basketball game. And when he did win the basketball game, this dad pilot dude, I think he was in depression or whatever, and then crashed the plane. I don't know. I forgot the fucking full story. It was stupid. And so whatchamacallit, basically he was the Asian dude was all like, no, we gotta go back in time into like, I don't know, fucking Appaloosa, something Alooza or whatever, the concert place, and change everything there, cause like, probably it was because of us, that didn't happen, in our present time and shit. And then Austin Evans is all like, no, it's not your fault, it's okay, it just happens. He's like, "No, that didn't happen, blah 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 blah." And then a bunch of I totally forgot at this point. Everything was like basically a blur beyond this. So then Austin Evans over here, he was all like, no, this, that. We don't need to go back in time. And then, later, he himself gets back in time. And then he saves the kid from getting his leg crushed by a car. And then he's a hero and all that. And then once he goes back into the present, his agent friend is in the hospital, and he doesn't even know what the hell is going on now. And then he's all like, oh shit, why is he in the hospital? Then he like had to go back in time again and do some, I totally forgot what he did to save him. But then like after that he went back in time again, but instead of going back in time by himself, his girlfriend chick that looks like Donna, you know, came, and then he was like, hey, what are you doing? Why are you going back in time by yourself? Blah, 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 blah. And then, you know, she went also going time travels with him. And then he was all like, oh man, like it was all my fault. I went back in time, blah blah blah, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Like why did you do that? When's the first time you ever went back in time? It's like, so I could get with you, man. And then she was all like, what, man? Austin Evans, I loved you since the first time. What the fuck, man? Man, like, come on. How do I know that you didn't go back in time so you can tell me the right things this time, huh? How do I know that you already jumped, huh? And then Austin Evans is like, no, trust me, Donna. No, just please keep it down. Come on. I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. Babe, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then he went to the past where not Donna, saw, you know, a future Donna, not Donna. And then they were like, you know, alternate universe. Well, not alternate universe. It was basically a glitch, and then once they see each other for some reason, you like disintegrate in time or whatever. So yeah, they were gone. And then later on, just Jonah Hill was all like, hey, Austin Evans, Donna is like missing, disappeared, where'd she go? And he's all like, okay, I jumped and she disappeared. She saw her like, older self. And he's like, dude, why did you jump? I thought you made the rules, you know, we go all together. It's because for these. And he's like, I know, okay, just, I know. And then, later, Austin Evans was all like, hey, I can fix this, okay? I can fix this. And then Jonah Hill was all like, alright, Austin. And then, like, I don't know why all the cops showed up. Really, like a million cops showed up just to like get fucking Austin Evans because they thought he was a main person that made the disappearance of not Donna. So then Austin Evans was running, since he was like running out of hydrogen, since it was powered of hydrogen. Basically he goes all the way to the school because, you know, that's how they got the hydrogen in the first time, since you need like a license permit just to buy hydrogen or some stupid shit. And then, you know, he goes, buys the hydrogen, and then, well, not buys the hydrogen. He goes, steals the hydrogen, and then he goes back in time, all the way to, like, back to his, like, 7th birthday, but he was still at school, so then, you know, like, everything was, like, super old school. Yeah, I assume he walked all the way home, and then he, like, got there at the perfect time, and then, you know, he did the exact same thing, you know, he was, like, at, like, the passageway, like, that they saw in the video of the I would say present, past, timeline. I say, okay, he basically reenacted with the things he did on the camera. Like, meanwhile, he's in the future, even though the camera was in the past. Blah blah blah. It gets confusing. It's a weird fucking timeline. And then, but there was way more jumps than this. I'm just like summarizing it. And then, basically, he goes downstairs. He was like, "Hey, Dad," and then he's like, oh, "Time travel is possible." You're a genius. You did it. And then you know, he's all, and then Austin Evans is all like, no, Dad, we don't deserve a second chance. Is that worth it? And then, you know, yeah, and then, you know, they were just talking for a little bit. They didn't really enact. No, it's not reenact. They didn't react to each other like what I thought they would. You know, like overreaction, but no, it was just super underreaction. Not something I would have expected. And then you know, he was all like, you know, tell your son goodbye and all that, and then he left. And then Austin Evans is downstairs, and he just like took, I think, his time machine, or like, this is the part where it's really confusing. I'm not sure if he burnt his time machine, which he had on his backpack. Yeah, he upgraded it so it's in his backpack in the 360, and it's all water cooled, blah blah blah, pimped out like a boss. Now, I'm not sure if he burnt that, or the old time machine, or both of them, or just one of them. But I think it was his current one. So once he like burns like, well, no, I think he burnt the past one because, you know, he was disintegrating, and without that in the past he wouldn't be alive in the future. But he also left his video camera, and whatchamacallit, this is where it gets confusing. I wouldn't say confusing. It's just I think the camera would have disintegrated too, but like, you know, whatever, movies. So then they basically reenacted the attic scene, but then, you know, they were like, hey, this is Dad's camera. No, this one's Dad's camera. So there's two cameras. There's the one that has the video of Austin Evans' 7th birthday, and then, you know, there's the video of like basically all like the best things that they did during the time travel loop, and then everything everything that they did, even the disintegration part. And then Austin Evans at school, he's like, hey, not Donna. Then, you know, he just basically, like, you know, you know, like they had like a scene together, like early in the movie. He's all like, hey Donna, hey, not Donna, blah blah blah, this and that. But then instead, you know, he was all like, you know, like finishing her sentences and all that. He's like, then he was all like, I think you and me are meant to change the world. Bam! Credits. Bam! Where's the money at? Ooh, come on, where my bitches at? Come on. Then like, yeah, that's it. Credits. That's it. And it was like a shit ending song too. Yeah. And I basically summarized it. Well, it was not really much of a review. Like, I don't have like the movie clip here in order to, like, you know, actually do like a review with like clips and all that. So it's basically like gonna be like a podcast rant, blah 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 blah. So yeah. What I give the movie out of, I give a movie out of 1 out of 5 stars, and my girlfriend rated it like half a star, or if it's possible, a quarter of a star. Yeah, because she really hated it. She said it was like fucking really, really awful. And I was like, it's not really awful, but you know, it was really awful, because like before I was like shitting on it and then all that, like shitting all over the movie. I was like, nah, this is gonna be stupid and all that. And then like, you know, I told her, hey, I'm gonna like, let's have a friendly bet. I'm gonna bet that in the ending there's gonna be like a stupid loop of some sort. Bam, I was right. I won the friendly bet. I was right. She was like, yep, you're right. And I'm like, I know, huh? I predict the future, that's why. But you know, but whatever. I don't predict the future. I wish I did, but you know, I really do predict the future sometimes. Whatever. I need to stop this before I start, like, you know, ranting and start talking about stupid shit that's not even relevant. So yeah, it's basically bad. I don't recommend watching it unless, you know, you're like really bored out of your mind. The only reason we watched it was because everything else was pretty fucking stupid, and we couldn't really, and I didn't really watch. So yeah, we originally wanted to watch I think it was Imitation Game or some shit, where like the dude has to like make a machine to decode the German message, blah 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 blah. And yeah, that wasn't showing in the movie either. I mean in the theater either. So yeah, we watched the Almanac one. So yeah, bad movie, don't like it, and yeah, I wouldn't really watch it again. And it didn't really live up to the expectations what it gives itself. So this is the end of my review rant thing, with like no imagery, well, it's just commentary. I think I'll just put some gameplay in the background for like no fucking reason. But yeah, this is the end of my video, and thanks for hearing or watching, and goodbye. And you know, don't get lost in time. That's all I can say, because fucking time travel is fucking confusing. You know what? I'm just gonna make a video on like me talking about time travel. You know, you can end the video now before, you know, I start like ranting. Like, you should like end it like really now. So, okay, no, I'm not gonna make an extra video. I'm just gonna talk about time travel. So I'm not sure if it's like, you know, can you like change your like, you know, the time in the I'm not sure if you could really change the past, or it's like fate in the past, because since you go to the past and you try to change something, you know, it does change. But then what you like, you know, do like some like certain events, and then you see something that's from the future to the past, you're basically, you know, like you know, repeating what's happening, and that will equal to a loop. So like, I'm not sure if like if you time travel once, you're basically gonna be in a guaranteed loop or something, because like you could always be in a loop. Like that movie was like a loop movie, and basically the only reason I thought it was like the loop movie because spoilers, if you know, this whole fucking thing is a spoiler, but here's a Futurama spoiler. In the ending of Futurama, it was basically like an all-time loop. So like, you know, I was like, you know what, calling it, it's gonna be a loop, it's gonna be a loop. So yeah, it was a loop. So like, time travel is so weird. I'm not sure if you could just go back once, or if you go back and forth, or like if you go in the future, if you like, you know, blah blah blah. It's just, I'm not sure if it's really fate, or you can actually change stuff and shit happens. It's weird. It's a bit of both, but you know, fate is like usually like the main sucker for some reason. I don't know why. Because fucking time travel. I think there's time travel in Harry Potter. I haven't seen that fucking movie. All I seen was 1 and 2, not 3 and the rest. But yeah. Time travel's weird. I don't like it. Vsauce made a video about time travel. That shit tripped me out. Well, it didn't really trip me out. It was just like, true. Fucking time travel. So yeah, I hate time travel, but I would go back in time. But you know, I'm only doing stupid shit. And the future, no, that shit's spooky. And yeah, goodbye.